Welcome everybody. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, hit the notification for my future content. Share this video. Most of all, critically think, ponder, meditate, mull over these 7 commandments. In Hebrew, they're called Sheva Mitzvot. And the source is Genesis chapter 2, verse 16. I'm reading from the Sefaria app. And the Kizkuni is a rabbi who compiled other rabbinical literature on this topic, the 7 commandments, and all the sages derived it from Genesis chapter 2, verse 16. I'm going to read the Hebrew and read it from there. Our sages in Sanhedrin 60 derive from this verse that God issued the 7 universal commandments for mankind at this time. Each of them is hinted at in the words of this verse. Vezav. Vezav means and he commanded, is a reference to establishing courts and judges to deal with disputes and violations of God's commandments. The Torah refers to this again in Genesis chapter 18, verse 19, when explaining why God discusses the imminent destruction of the Sodomites with Abraham. This is referring to the tetragrammaton of the, the, the title of God. It's a sacred title that the rabbis teach us not to pronounce. So, in place of the 4-letter title of God's name, we say Hashem, which means the name, or Adonai, my master. So, Adonai is a reference to God's honor. For example, a hint that blasphemers must be punished, compared to Leviticus chapter 24, verse 16. This doesn't give anybody the right today to punish a blasphemer, somebody who would desecrate the name of Hashem. So I just want to make that clear. The third one, Elohim. In your translated Bible, it would say God in this verse. So Elohim in Hebrew means power. So Elohim is a hint not to practice paganism, as spelled out in Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. You must not have other deities. El Hadam, which means over the man or the human being or human beings, a hint forbidding the shedding of human blood, murder. This has been spelled out in greater detail in Genesis chapter 9, verse 6. The next one, lemor, means saying. This is a hint not to commit incest and other forbidden forms of gratifying one's libido. It is spelled out clearly in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1, where the prophet condemns legal maneuvers by divorcing a wife so she can legally sleep with another partner, all the while intending to take her back. Micho Eitz Hagan, of every tree of the garden, is what it translates to. This is an allusion to not commit robbery. For example, unless we have permission from the Creator to enjoy what He has placed on earth for that person. If not, it is considered as if we had robbed Him. And the last one, Acho Tochel, you are free to eat, is how it translates. This is a hint not to eat flesh from an animal that is still alive. During Abraham's time, God added another command for his descendants only, circumcision of the males. So that's the end. There's 7 commandments, and now it's going into the other commandments that were given to Abraham, circumcision and so forth, but that's not applicable for us ethnos in Greek, which means ethnicities or nations, not Gentiles. That's a church translation. What is applicable to us are these divine, universal seven commandments. I'm an ex Christian. Everybody in my family, friends, community, society, country that believe in Jesus, that subscribe to the Christian religion, we were told and currently are being told. I'm no longer being told. I've come to the emit, the truth, but we're constantly being bombarded and told that nobody can keep the commandments of God. In other words, let's quickly analyze this theology that we're told. We're born sinners. Nobody can keep the commandments of God. Now let's compare that to the seven universal divine commandments. The first one, to believe in Hashem, which infers to know about Hashem. The only way we can achieve this knowledge about Hashem is by humbling ourselves and inquiring, asking questions with the Orthodox rabbi about these seven commandments. So this commandment we can do. In fact, a lot of people that are Noahites today are doing this currently. The second commandment, to honor the name of Hashem by not worshiping an idol or a false deity, a false god, like Jesus the Christ, for example, crosses, crucifixes, things of that nature were forbidden and told not to desecrate the honor of Hashem. So this is a second commandment that I keep and other people are keeping and anybody can keep. The third commandment, respect family unity between a male and female in marriage. For what purpose? To procreate. People do this all the time. So this is a commandment that people keep all the time. And because they don't know they're keeping this commandment, they're left clueless and think they can't keep the commandments, especially these seven commandments. The next one is to not to shed blood, not to murder, not to kill another human being. This is a commandment that logically and rationally, again, like the previous commandments we're going over, people do this all the time. People keep themselves from killing people all the time. The next commandment is to not rob, not to steal, not to take something from somebody that doesn't belong to you. This also applies to an employer. Don't cheat the laborer out of his or her wage and pay them the same day that they work for you. People do this all the time. It's not common to get paid unless you're working in the United States of America at a day labor and they pay. So see, even that company doesn't know they're keeping this commandment. They're not robbing, they're not cheating their laborer out of his or her wage because you go work for the day labor and you get paid the same day after you perform that labor. The next commandment, not to hurt animals, not to cause unnecessary or any suffering to any animal or creation. People do this all the time. In the United States of America, people are big. I mean, it's against the law. You can go to jail behind animal cruelty. The next commandment, we have the obligation to uphold the seven universal divine commandments, the Sheva Mitzvot, and we're also obligated to create courts of justice that are uncorrupted, meaning if we have a justice system and the justice institutions are corrupt, we have the obligation to fix the justice system, to strengthen the justice system. So these are commandments, 7 of them that I keep, friends that I know keep, people on social media, they keep the 7 commandments. Um, so after comparing this to the theology that nobody can keep the commandments of God, obviously we were lied to. We were misled to believe in a lie rather than the truth. As always, critically think over these 7 commandments. They are universal, meaning these are applicable all over the world. I can't mention one nation where it's legal to violate these 7 commandments unless they're from a country that are idol worshippers, right? For example, the Western countries where majority of the population are Christians. They worship idols. Jesus as God. They worship the crucifix, the cross, all these bad things, wicked things that were prohibited from doing. And once again, I don't mean to offend anybody that's a Christian. I'm an ex-Christian, so I'm not attacking anybody's religion. This video is made for anybody who is inquiring, who, if it, for anyone who is in search for the ultimate truth behind, is there a God? And if there is a God, who is he? Is it a she? Is it a he? Is it a male? Is it a female? It's whatever, right? And these questions are leading people to the Orthodox rabbis, where the Orthodox rabbis are telling them, hey, you don't have to convert to Judaism. Imagine that. Christianity, Islam, other religions, they want you to constantly convert to their religion. Judaism, the Orthodox rabbis, they don't want you to convert and become a Jew, but they're teaching us to keep the 7 Noahide laws. Now, this belief system, this theology, these ideologies of the Sheva Mitzvot are applicable to everyday life. For me, it's given me clarity in life, purpose in life. It's given me, um, it's been constructive for me to meditate on these 7 mitzvot, to contemplate, and to know and understand that these 7 commandments are the foundations of the current trend, the current spiritual trend, Noahidism. Thank you for watching this video. Smash the like, subscribe, hit the notification. Be on the lookout for my future content. Bezrat Hashem, or Bezrat Hashem, with the help of Hashem. I'll make future content. I just wanted to throw out there on social media the 7 commandments, because this is what's missing in our personal daily lives, family, friends, community, society, and country. God bless you guys. You guys have a good one.